Thank you everyone for tuning in this morning. I assume that the folks here are the rule followers, the ones that care about this industry and helping us be the professionals and set the standards for others within our marketplace. So thank you for being here, and thank you for tuning in for the coming soon don't show status overview. Uh, we're going to go over all the rules that are in the addendum, which I will tell you how to get to here shortly, and all the rules and how this stays within clear cooperation um, guidelines. Roger, if you could go ahead and move through.
Sure. Seth, if you don't mind, if you'd just introduce yourself.
Oh,
I'm Roger
for sure.
Chapman, Executive Director of the MLS.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't think about that. And I am Seth June. I am the 2026 CCMLS president. And another thing I would go ahead and add is we will go through and answer questions at the end of the presentation. Thanks for reminding me, Roger. To get us started, some things we're going to go over here is the required written seller's authorization addendum, the number of days that we can sit in coming soon status, the rules for that, how it will go to active status, either based on the addendum that you have filled out or at 7 days, and just all compliance marketing and how days on market will be handled. So the first thing we're going to go over is the written addendum. If you move to that slide, Roger. Thank you. So this addendum will be, or it already is available as of about a week ago in the MLS documents. So if you don't know where MLS documents are, that will be in the top right-hand corner in Paragon. There's a little tab that says MLS documents. In there, you can find all the MLS rules, definitions, addendums, your input forms, all those things are in there. This will actually be found under the additional forms tab under the MLS documents. So it is already in there. I think it was put in there on the 15th, if I remember correctly. And in this addendum, you'll find all the rules in place that go with this new coming soon status. This is a requirement. You have to have your seller sign this. It's pretty self-explanatory. All you got to do is read it. Puts the effective date, the ending date of the listing agreement, and the start showing date. Those are all in the first two sections of this addendum. Pretty simple read. Definitely take the time to read it and make sure you're having this filled out. Clear cooperation and MLS handbook policy both require you to have this addendum filled out. That's for really, you have to do it for any office exclusive or delayed marketing. So you are required some sort of addendum. It's in listing disclosure, is what they call it in clear cooperation. But this right here works for our coming soon addendum. We're going to go through different pieces of this throughout this presentation, so I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing to you, but it is a requirement.
I'll just point out here as well, this is just on a slideshow, but this is what you see on the slide is pretty much it. It's a one-page addendum. The only thing that wasn't on this example slide is the signature lines that are on page 2.
Yes, sir. Cool. The whole point of the coming soon status is to give you and the seller time to prepare for actually going active and allowing showings. This is time for your seller to declutter, for you to get pictures and videos lined up so you're ready to market the property to the best of your ability by the true active date of allowing showings. During this coming soon phase, you cannot show the property, whether it's virtual showings, in person. Well, that's about all you can do is virtual or in person, and you cannot host open houses. It is a strict no showing, no open house policy. You have to make sure that we are offering all buyers and agents the same availability to the property. If you do show the property, can no longer sit in coming soon status, and that's to make sure we're also following fair housing. To add a little side note, to stay with licensure law, if you receive an offer, because people don't have to see a property to submit an offer. If you receive an offer, you have to present it to your seller. Can the seller accept it? Yes. So make sure that you're following licensure law throughout this process as well. Anything you'd like to add to that, Roger?
No, not really, except for in case anybody wasn't aware, there was a incorrect verbiage on the original announcement. And as Seth clarified, offers should and can and should be submitted during the coming soon status. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Cool. So again, this is a little bit repetitive. We want to make sure some folks are doing the right thing. This addendum does have to be signed. You do not have to submit it to the MLS. I know folks are used to, we used to have to submit the team form to the MLS whenever we were doing those, which that rule was also changed. These do not have to be submitted to the MLS, but they are a requirement. And you're going to want them in your files if a red flag comes up and you're asked for it. So make sure it's there. You do want to make sure you're also following NAR's clear cooperation rules, which also requires this. So make sure you're getting that done prior to input. One thing that this does, I know a lot of folks are signing listing agreements currently. Say you go on a listing appointment today is the 21st, and you're not putting the start date on your listing agreement until, say, the 28th of July. If that seller receives an offer from a buyer, accepts that offer between now and the 28th, you're out of luck. You're not getting paid. You have no listing agreement with them. Now you can go in, get that listing agreement dated today. You're going on your listing appointment. Your start date is today with a marketing date on the 28th. So you're still protected and you'll be able to get compensation now. Hope that makes sense. We had another rule in place where you could do a post-marketing where it's not in the MLS at all, but you have to put certain verbiage in that. I think it's section 30 of the listing agreement stating that it's an active date today, but marketing doesn't start until blank date, public marketing. You are still allowed to do that if you don't want to do the coming soon status. And you can find that exact verbiage in those MLS documents under the rules as well.
The only thing I'll add to this, Seth, is with the addendums, as you pointed out, we don't require submit, but the MLS, for compliance reasons, always reserves the right for upon request with something like this as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So there is a 7-day max coming soon, period. You do not have to wait 7 days. If you put again, today's the 21st, and your addendum, whenever you fill that out, you could put the active date as July 24th. It doesn't have to be the full 7. It can be that. As long as you put that in the addendum and in the MLS whenever you input it as coming soon, the MLS will automatically kick it to the 24th if that's the date that you put in your addendum and in the MLS to be the active date, or at day 7, it will automatically change it over to active. We've already touched on this a little bit, but want to say another reminder, if there's any showings or open houses that are done during this coming soon status or phase, it completely disqualifies the property and violates CCMLS rules, which could come with a fine. It's most likely going to come with a fine.
Yeah, we just want to stress here, this includes any kind of, it doesn't just include in-person showings as outlined here. This also includes some there should be pretty obvious, like open houses, but also virtual showings as well.
Yes, sir. So this coming soon status is not only marketed like that on via Paragon or the MLS, but anywhere you market this, it has to be clearly labeled coming soon. So Facebook, yard sign, anything of that sort has to say coming soon. It's hope that that's pretty self-explanatory, but make sure that you are clearly marketing this so the consumers clearly understand that it can't yet be shown, and you can obviously let them know the date that it's going to be active and start allowing showings, but you have to clearly label it as coming soon. Once you input the listing as coming soon once, you cannot go back and do it again. So once that 7-day period's up, it goes active, you cannot label it coming soon again. We do still have the hold don't show status as well, but MLS rules state that with hold don't show, the property has to be active for a minimum of 3 days before you can put it in hold don't show status. There is a 30-day limit on hold don't show, so you would have to be active for 3 days, and you can only have it on hold don't show for 30 days.
Yeah, so and hopefully all these statuses, like Seth mentioned, are used as intended. Again, with the coming soon, you can use that immediately. It's very limited. It's that 7 days. Hold don't show is similar, but it can't be implemented until it's been active for 3 days. And that's the main differentiator between the two, I would say. And the time frame when they can go into effect and how long they're in effect. Immediately for coming soon, 7 days max. Hold don't show after 3 days of being active, 30 days max, unless there's a one-time 60-day extension signed, acknowledged by the seller.
Yes. Cool. And whenever you're walking your seller through this, the addendum, you need to walk them through all the different benefits and what their possibly negatives could be as well. You already know that you can't show it, no open houses during it, but it does give them a little marketability prior to hitting the market to try to get some buyers hype on the property ahead of time. Whenever you're posting this as a coming soon, you can take some pictures with your phone, whatever, up front, input those in the listing, so at least there's something, some kind of pictures, and you can put in remarks or wherever the professional photography and videos are coming soon, and market it that way, just so consumers know as well. You'll want to talk with your BIC about all the different key benefits and trade-offs and what they see, or any risk they see versus doing this. This coming soon isn't something you have to do. There's options for you and the sellers. So you just need to walk the sellers through all advantages, disadvantages, and talk with your BIC about it. I think you should be having office meetings to go through this and understand anything that comes with coming soon in general. During the days on market, during the coming soon phase, days on market do not accrue. So it does not count towards your days on market, but price changes will show in the MLS history. So if you list it for something, we're going to go with high because most people aren't listing low. You list it for something pretty high, I don't know why you would do it, but you listed something high in the coming soon status stage, and then you do a price reduction prior to actually going active, that will show in the price history. Days on market will not start until it's the actual active date where you start allowing showings. So coming soon is part of one of our active sub statuses. If you weren't aware or didn't see some recent changes with the separation of pending and active, all of our pending statuses in the past, so pending contingent contract, pending contingent cash, pending contingent financing, all of those things were under the active status in the past. We got that changed about a month or two ago to provide more accurate data. Whenever I say more accurate data, the days on market used to accumulate while it was under a pending status. It no longer accumulates when a property is pending anymore because it's not being actively marketed once it's under contract. So we got that fixed to allow more accurate data. It helps appraisers substantially. It helps us provide better information to our sellers, and it's just that's our goal here, is provide that more accurate data. So this does sit under one of our active sub statuses, but again, it doesn't accumulate days while it's in the coming soon status.
The only thing I'd want to also clarify, because I could see these coming up over time and possibly by people who haven't been able to attend this, and for any of the attendees, you may be asked this as well. I think some of the key points of coming soon status is once you put it in there, instead of start showing date, it's pretty much hands-free. It'll automatically go to active for you. And during the coming soon status timeframe, it is feeding out in what's considered IDX syndication, meaning public advertising display online. So those are probably, I could see those two being the couple of the big questions about being in a coming soon status.
Thank you.
This then Seth, this slide kind of is a recap of like what common questions are as you want to, apply it as needed here.
For sure. All right, you just want me to go through and answer them?
Yeah, please do. And I was looking at the Q&A. I only had a couple, and then Kathleen is also monitoring, so we'll be able to take on any parting questions as they come in. We welcome them to get this clear as possible while we're doing this too. Thanks.
Sweet. So question 1, what document must be executed to use this status? The coming soon addendum must be executed. You must walk your seller through it and have that signed prior to inputting this in the coming soon status. Question number 2, what is the maximum allowed time window before the start showing date? The answer is 7 days, 7 calendar days, not business days, calendar days. 7 calendar days. Question number 3, are virtual showings allowed while coming soon don't show? The answer is no, no showings are allowed or open houses. Can the start showing date be amended after entry? No. Question number 5, can the listing revert to coming soon don't show after becoming active? No. Question 6, what happens to days on market and CCMLS property history price changes? Days on market do not start until the property is allowed to be seen, which is at the start showing date, and price history changes will show.
Great. And that is the last slide. I apologize, there isn't a thank you for attending slide, and I will pass this over to Kathleen. I don't see any more questions on this. I mean, fortunately, I don't think this is too complicated, so hopefully it was pretty straightforward for everybody attending. I do want to remind everybody that in the registration, I believe it included a link to the resource web page that we have on our website, which essentially kind of recaps everything that we covered here as well. And of course, you're welcome to contact us in the MLS department at least for questions regarding that. The main email address for the MLS department is mls@ccarsc.org. So it's all letters. You don't have to know how to spell it. mls@ccarsc.org. And with that, I will just check in with Kathleen to see if there's anything else.
There are a ton of questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, Roger.
I will.
Did you want me to read them off?
Oh, you're
or
right.
How did you want
I have them here, and I can just go through them if that's cool.
Thank you.
Do you want me to read them, or do you have them, Seth?
I can read them and go through them.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so question number 1, is there an addendum for an active listing for when a seller does want to put the home on hold because they do not want to show the house for 2 weeks? Yes, there is an addendum for that. It's the CCR change form. You can get that filled out, and there's an option in that to change it to hold, don't show. Let me mark that as done. Next question, are the pictures online or just one exterior during coming soon? So you can post whatever pictures you want during coming soon. That's up to you. If you want to go take pictures of every room, upload them, and then put professional pictures in later. It's up to your discretion. Next one, will this form be in .loop or whatever e-signature platform that your company may use? It will be provided through the MLS. Your broker in charge or whoever runs your e-signature system will likely upload them to whatever system you're using. So that will be at the brokerage's. It will be the brokerage's duty to upload that to whatever platform it is. They already do that with most of their company forms or CCAR forms. So they will likely have it there if they don't already.
And we will we will work to ensure that all the document platforms are aware of this change. We deal primarily with zip form because that's state provided. So all of our listing forms and everything anyway. So that'll be part of that library of documents, but we will ensure that zip form, .loop, SkySlope, any of the others are aware of it, and then they can upload accordingly because we don't have the ability to do it ourselves.
Next question, how does this addendum work for large builders? I'm not sure why a large builder would put it as coming soon. I think they would just go active personally, but if they did coming soon, they still have to do the addendum. They are still Realtors and MLS users, so they have to follow both clear cooperation and MLS rules. Can a sign with coming soon be placed in yards? Yes, it can. As long as you are clearly marketing it as coming soon, you can market it however you like. The message has to be clear that it can't be shown yet. If the property goes under contract during the coming soon timeframe, when it closes, do we put sold before listed? That is a fantastic question. It's technically listed already because your listing agreement states that it went active the day you had it signed. So
yeah, just on the past couple of questions and the ones coming up, understanding that coming soon is a substatus of active, meaning you have a listing agreement. So you would treat it as whatever the situation was. If it was sold co-op or sold in office, would still apply. You were still uploading all the photos because it is an active listing that is syndicating. And you can have a sign because, again, you're actually, by putting it in as coming soon, this is actually, you're complying with clear cooperation, by the way, by using the status, because one of the things about clear cooperation is putting it in the MLS. So you're putting it into the MLS and you're specifying a certain type of substatus of active here.
Yes, and when Roger says that it complies with clear cooperation and input, clear cooperation requires us to input a listing within 1 day of the listing agreement. Many have been breaking that rule for many, many years, but this is one solution to that as well. But to a little more on that, if it's sold during that coming soon, you're probably going to have some heat coming your way because people aren't going to trust it, but it's gonna happen. I mean, it's inevitable. Just think back to COVID. People were writing offers sight unseen all the time. It would definitely, it's going to happen. Are photos in the coming soon listing? Yes, they can be. Will clients see coming soon when they are on auto notify? Okay, so Roger, when coming soon hits and someone's on a e-alert through the collaboration center or MLS or outside websites, will they be notified in that auto search of new active listings?
Yes, because again, that coming soon is just a substatus of active.
Cool, thank you. Will price history be tracked during coming soon? Yes. Will there be any photos allowed or required? They are allowed. Roger, is a picture of the front of the property required? Can't remember.
Yes, this as a substatus of active, the normal requirements for any active listing apply. Again, because this is basically doing everything that an active listing is doing with the exception of allowing showings. It's going to be visible in notifications, it's going to be visible to other MLS users, and it's going to be publicly displayed via IDX, which means agent websites. So a minimum is the front of the building, and if for some reason that's all you want to include during the coming soon status, you certainly can do that. But other than that, you would apply the same thing that you would want for any of your active listings.
Thank you. Of course, that was one of our agents that got me. Or I had to ask you the question.
No, totally fine.
Yeah. If you have professional photos taken already, but they are not ready to list, can the professional photos be uploaded to coming soon home no show? Yes, you can use professional photos, but keep in mind that this period is a period for you and the seller to prepare and get ready. It's a preparation period, essentially. Can you state in public and or agent remarks on a coming soon listing what date the property will be active and available to show? So there's actually a spot where you would input that and it will show. So there you will input the date that it's a start showing date, and that will show to agents and should show to the public. Can you confirm that it'll show to public, Roger?
That is a good question, and I will check into that more thoroughly. And we can't say with surety that on third-party sites, major portals, what they can or are able to display. So I can't say right now. We may find out or even put in a request. But when you're talking about large .coms, unique fields that are unique to a particular MLS, they don't necessarily modify their generic nationwide display just to display a field for one MLS. So I don't know the answer to that for sure. But you are correct. Coming soon, or I'm sorry, the start showing date will show to other MLS users, and there will be nothing wrong with putting in that in the remarks at least as a backup.
Thank you. Will properties in coming soon status syndicate to websites?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. If it's fed out in IDX, do we need to add coming soon in the description, or does it happen automatically? It happens automatically, or it should with most. Every say it's your personal website, it may not auto take. So every website could be a little different, but it should just like any other status, pop up as coming soon.
Yeah, so understanding basically the status in the MLS is going to transfer out as active, or I'm sorry, coming soon, don't show. And we'll have to work with that a little bit to see, what and how it may on a third party site, and decide if there's any additional tweaking that we unforeseen that we may have to adjust if needed. Not to the status, but I'm just saying as far as displaying goes.
Thank you. Aside from not showing the property, are there any limitations on marketing the property providing it says coming soon? It just has to clearly say coming soon. The consumer, agents, whoever have to know without a doubt that it's not ready to be seen, that it's coming soon. And I would have that start showing date somewhere in however you're advertising it. While doing a search in Paragon, can I select coming soon, or will these properties only show up by choosing all active? You will be able to click coming soon and search.
Yes, that coming soon will be a unique, an individual checkbox, but also fall under all active, just as currently the whole don't shows are displaying. Coming soon will be the same way.
If an offer is made during the coming soon period with a contingency to see the property, does the listing have to be changed to active prior to showing, even if there are days left on the coming soon time period? No, you do not have to change it to active. Although, let me reread this. If an offer is made during the coming soon period with a contingency to see the property, does the listing have to be changed to active prior to showing, even if there are days left on the coming soon time period? Oh, that's a good question. Misread it the first time. If you're going to show the property at all prior to the coming soon period being over, you need to change the status. I don't think that a reasonable seller is going to accept an offer contingent on the property being seen. They may. I mean, they definitely do. Obviously, we've been through that many times, but I think that's going to be a very situational topic there, and that's going to be at your discretion and your BIC's advice, and however you advise your sellers and they react. You have any response to that, Roger? And of course, that's another one of our agents. Got me again.
I would say if there's an offer that doesn't change the fact that it's still in a coming soon status. The main thing about coming soon is the fact that you're not showing. If you're asking, can I show the property? Then like Seth said, you would change it to active to start doing showings. But if you're willing to wait out that 7 days maximum, then from an MLS standpoint, I can't think of anything at the moment anyway of why you couldn't leave it as coming soon. Because again, going back to what we said early on, you actually have to present offers even if it's in a coming soon status. That doesn't stop that. So, but that doesn't imply that you have to change it from coming soon either.
For sure. You're probably not going to accept that offer contingent on that. Would be my assumption, but it's going to be case by case, I guess. I probably missed it, but what kind of public marketing is allowed using the status? Anything to include social media, etc. You just have to clearly make sure that it says coming soon, and that all parties understand coming soon, and that it can't be shown during this coming soon status. So yes, you can put a sign out, you can post on social media, whatever it may be, as long as the message is clear that it's coming soon. What was the answer to question 3? What is question 3? Are virtual showings allowed while coming soon don't show? Absolutely not. No showings of any kind are allowed during coming soon status. No showings, no open houses. The property cannot be shown. Well, we'll be sent the slides. So the recording of this training will be in the CCAR Academy, which you can find in the dashboard. So whenever you go sign in, you most likely only go there for to get into Paragon, but on the dashboard, there's CCAR Academy. The recording of this can be found there. Will the slides be in there as well, Roger?
That's probably, not that I'm aware of, that's a Kathleen question. I think we
Yes,
have.
if you provide them to me, we can have
Yeah.
them added as materials. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so,
Perfect.
yep, no
So
problem
the
with
recorded
that.
video of this will be in there, and so will the slides. Will be sent the slides. You can find them in there. Do we need the addendum for builders? If a builder is doing coming soon, they need to sign the addendum. They need to have the builder sign the addendum. The same rules apply to all Realtor members and MLS members. Doesn't matter if it's builder, you're more normal seller, all the same rules apply. Can a sign be placed in your yard when it's coming soon status? Yes, but you need to have a rider that says coming soon. Has to be clearly marketed as coming soon. Can agents in the listing brokerage preview the property? I'm not answering that because I'm not getting put in any kind of legal situation. I don't know how you want to go about that, Roger.
That's an interesting question.
I don't
so
think.
The question is, in the way this was established and presented and established, I think it was as identified coming soon, don't show. That's as far as I would go as well, Seth, on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, to create exceptions to that rule or special additional additions, I can't speak for that.
I can tell you how I would operate in my company, but beyond that, I'm not going to tell you. I would say for my company, I would not do this because it's walking a fine line. The only way I do this if it was an office exclusive listing. So they can be professional or not. Yes, they can be professional pictures. When can we start using the coming soon status? Roger, is it already live now?
That is an excellent question, and we're actually waiting on the implementation of this with Paragon support. So unfortunately, it's not ready yet. I talked to them today, and it should be done within the next couple of weeks. So in that regard, I apologize for this delay in being able to implement it. It's not something we could readily add from here on site at Coastal Carolina MLS due to having the extra requirements of an auto switch and from coming soon to active and not counting days on market. There was a lot of background stuff that had to be done in order for it to enable it the way we need it to be. So it had to be put into a queue with apparently many MLSs that are following along the same lines, kind of keep up with the current situation of real estate listings. So long answer to that, but as soon as they become visible in the MLS, because we literally do not have that selection checkbox yet. So you'll see it when it's in there, and of course we will be happy and will be doing an announcement to say, hey, it's live when it becomes available.
Yeah, thank you, Roger. So it's day by day.
It is day by day, yes.
That's why I had to ask, because I wasn't sure what happened this morning, or yesterday. But it's we would definitely let the membership know whenever it's live. Can we disclose the address of the property during the coming soon period? Absolutely. Can you go ahead and load the professional images? Yes. Can you schedule an open house in the MLS to happen after it goes active that will advertise it while listed as coming soon? Yes. So you can go ahead and schedule an open house for after the start showing date, and it should show in all of the uh, IDX feeds, so major websites, that there will be an open house. You're still sharing your screen. Okay. Just letting you know.
I am, yeah.
What's the form number? It's not a SCR form, so there's not a form number. You will find it in the MLS documents at the top right corner in Paragon, and then under the additional forms tab, or your company will have it in whatever your e-signature uh, system is for you to find.
Yeah, and since it's been asked a couple of times, because it's a reasonable question, this is not a South Carolina state form. This is just a local addendum that we created because this is a status that only we're using within Coastal Carolina MLS. So that would be the reason for that. But going back to answer an earlier question, we will ensure that it's available in or notified to all the the electronic document providers. So it will be in libraries, but specifically, you would not find this on the South Carolina Association of Realtors forms website.
Yep. What status is shown on major platforms? So we'll say coming soon or active coming soon. Or social media posts that are video walkthrough allowed if advertised coming soon. It just clearly has to say coming soon and the actual start showing date. Can we shorten the coming soon time? Example, if I first selected 7 days, can I change the status to active after 5 days if we are fully prepared to start the showing? Start showings. You cannot amend the disclosure. When does this change go into effect? It is day by day. We will let the membership know, but it should be within 2 weeks. Does this affect having partial listings started, or can a partial listing be input prior to giving the coming soon status? The partial listing option will still be there. So you know you're going on a listing appointment in 3 days and you want to start putting in a partial, you can definitely do that. But Clear Cooperation does say that we have to have a listing input within 1 business day. So if you're inputting it, it either needs to be put in coming soon status, or you have that special writing at the bottom of your listing agreement stating that public marketing starts on blank date. You can find that verbiage in MLS documents under rules and regs. Also, in your listing agreements, I would write in that bottom section, I think it's section 30, that you have an addendum attached, which would be this coming soon addendum. But that's something that your BIC will need to walk you through and advise you on. I've added photos on an active listing and big box IDX feeds. Sites did not upload the new photos. If we don't upload all to start, well, they definitely upload as soon as active. They should, but you may have to contact that provider. We can't control those big name companies, but we can send them messages just like, or you can as well.
Yeah, in this case, I would have to say that this would have nothing to do with the status. This would be more of a data feed question, although
Yep.
if the more photos you have, again, active with the substatus of coming soon, the more you put in at that time initially, regardless of whether it's a coming soon or any other type of status, I could see where there might not be updated accordingly by adding additional photos, a week later, but it had nothing to do with it being a coming soon status. So it would just be a matter of a provider checking back to see listings that may have had updates to their photo list. So this wouldn't be impacted any more than any other listing where you might add or delete photos. I mean, hopefully this is a rare occasion, but just my point being active substatus coming soon, it wouldn't impact this any differently.
If the seller just wants brokers to see the coming soon status and not feed out to third-party sites, is there a way to turn off the IDX feed for those 7 days? That is a tech question, and for Mr. Roger.
Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. It's actually always been a possibility. If you look at your input screen down towards the bottom, the things that relate to data leaving in feeds, one of them is display on the internet, and it's a yes/no field. So if you mark it as no, it will not be displayed. Or, the intent is the recipient not to display them or not get them. And just remember, if you do that, you would have to change it back to yes if you decide later. And of course, this is with making sure you're doing the wishes of the seller, obviously. But yes, you can. But they're not interrelated. If you had it coming soon, display on the internet, no. When you make it active, it isn't automatically going to display on internet, yes. So that's an important thing to be aware of.
Thank you. And that's 2 questions are the same. So,
yeah.
When do we anticipate this to go live day? When will this option be in effect? It's on a day-to-day basis, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Yes. Can some coming soon listings be used in appraisals with front elevation photo only? I'm not an appraiser and don't have a solid answer for you. They can run their appraisals how they want, but I would assume that they're mostly using sold listings for their appraisals like we do when we run comps. Can you do virtual tours coming soon, like video marketing coming soon? Virtual tours, depends what you mean by that. But if you're doing video just to post on social media and such, as long as it says coming soon and that message is clear, it's okay.
Yeah, virtual tours, just like the photos, just like anything else, as you're treating it as a listing that's active. It's just not, it's coming soon, but you're not allowing showings. We would apply that. I mean, so in other words, if you create a virtual tour as you're taking the other photos and everything, you're putting it into the listing, that would not be an issue.
Correct. But a live virtual tour would be an issue.
Yes.
So this has to clearly say coming soon with your marketing. Will showing time coordinate with coming soon status, or do we have to block those 7 days? You would have to block them if you wanted to, or if people put in a showing request, you decline it. I'm sure people are going to try. People are going to reach out. Oh, my buyer's only in town for the weekend. Can we please get in to see it? The answer is no. You're going to get it. People are going to, people break rules, but nobody here does. That's why they're here. So you can black it out if you like, or just decline them.
Yeah, so again, we don't have anything at this point planned to where if it's in a coming soon, I don't know if it's capable or not, but if it's in a coming soon status, we don't have it planned that showing time blocks would be automatically blocked out for you. And there is no plans to do that at this time anyway.
The listing agreement is with the brokerage, is it not? Yes. If you have a follow-up question, I see more down there. If the listing agreement is with the brokerage and the individual agent is merely a representative of that brokerage, why could you not allow other agents in the brokerage to preview it? Again, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business. All members do need to follow the rules, though, and this is not an office exclusive listing. It's a coming soon listing. There's a big difference. So please speak with your BIC about that and go read clear cooperation, MLS policies, and license law.
And again, because I'm not sure the nature of where this is coming from or how it's intended, But keeping in mind, even the individual agents that listing the property during the coming soon don't show status. Of course, the listing agent is going into the property to do whatever's necessary, but they're not holding open houses or conducting tours. So with that being said, if the listing agent themselves, if the question is, can other agents, just because the same brokerage, be doing it, I would say the answer is no, because even the listing agent individually cannot do it during this maximum of 7 days.
Thank you. If the sellers have already signed agency agreement, but the home is not scheduled to go live for several weeks, can the coming soon addendum be added after the initial paperwork? So this is a clear cooperation issue in general. If you are putting that your listing active date is weeks away from when you're having it signed, that's the clear cooperation issue there. You're not protected during that few weeks either. They can go get a contract with a buyer outside of you, and you're not eligible for compensation. All the work that you've done in those few weeks is a waste of time and money for you. So that's some things you have to worry about during that period. But to answer your question, yes, you could go add the coming soon addendum after doing the listing agreement. And it just has to be signed prior to inputting the listing is coming soon. Can we attach a virtual tour to coming soon MLS listing? Yes, you can. You can put that in the MLS. The same rules apply though. There can be no personal branding, and it would have to be outside. If it's through YouTube, it would have to be like through the photographer's channel or whatever it may be. It can't be tied to your brokerage. Our social media posts that are video walkthrough allowed if advertised coming soon, as long as it's advertised coming soon and that message is clear, good to go. Not seeing all the questions, we're answering them live. We see them on the back end here. So I wasn't asking if they could show it to clients. I was asking about agents. By their agreement, the agreement is with the brokerage, more specifically the BIC. Okay, you should probably talk to your BIC about these rules. That is all the questions. Thank you all for attending. We are still available. And thank you for all the thank you messages as well and kind words. We are glad to bring positive changes to the MLS and keep growing and bringing more opportunities and services to our members and the public. And hope you all have a great day.
Just a reminder, this has been recorded. And just like Seth said, it will be in your dashboard on CCAR Academy. So don't worry about it. If you miss something, you will be able to get it in the recording. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks, Seth. Thanks, Roger.
Thank you.